Alright. Hey, let me tell you a story. This one time in 1997, me and my buddy Sean, we were in New York City, developing a horrendous drug habit and wanting to get the fuck out, before it got worse. So we came up with this idea of that we would go to New Orleans because there really wasn't any of the kind of stuff we were doing down there. We could just drink ourselves to death. But it was the middle of summer. The middle of summer in the South is hot as balls, and we had only ever been there for Mardi Gras in the winter time, So we end up getting two different rides. We meet up in Cincinnati, Ohio. I believe that was where he was from. And, fucking head the fuck out. We get a bottle. We go wait in this yard to help some freight trains out of there. And we end up getting too drunk, waking up the next day. And we just got tired of sitting there. We decided, hey, let's just go to Lexington and cool out there. We have some friends, and it's on the way. So Lexington was like 50, 60 miles away or something. I can't remember. It wasn't far. So we go to Lexington, Kentucky, and end up having a fucking great time. We ended up staying there for like 2 weeks. Probably one, it was a really memorable occasion. Met some good friends that I'm still friends with today. So anyways, we get back on our journey, and we end up hopping out of Lexington at this it's just like some junction. It wasn't even a 2 mile. And it takes us somewhere in Tennessee and just dumps us. It was like a junk train. So they dumped part of the train, and that was the part of the train that we were on, and we were fucking stranded. That happens sometimes in hopping trains. So anyways, his dad ends up living in like Knoxville, Tennessee. So we fucking hitchhiked. It wasn't very far either. We ended up hitchhiking there, and his dad's gonna come pick us up. So we get a ride with somebody, and they drop us off right in front of some kind of auditorium, outdoor concert place, and fucking Leonard Skinner and Bad Company's playing. Like, we had fucking arrived in the South, it was pretty surreal. So we end up getting a hold of his dad, and we go over there, and it's just fucking weird, we're dirty street kids, we had just been living, in New York City, and so being inside of a domesticated home is always kind of awkward and weird. You feel kind of like a feral cat that somebody tried to bring inside, So, we hang out there for a couple days. His parents ended up being pretty Christian, so it was kind of, uncomfortable and weird. So there's a 2 mile outside of Knoxville, and they drop us off there, and we end up getting stuck there for 3 days. There's only a coal car going through, and coal car, you got to climb all the way up on top. I had a dog with me, and he was a pretty big dog, and it's just slow, and sometimes it's just not what you want to ride, But after 3 days, we had developed the worst case of ash rash I think any of us have ever had, therefore, or since. Man, I could hardly fucking walk, and Sean came up with a bright idea. He was like, I know what'll work, man, because we didn't have any money, He said cornstarch. And I was like, at that point, I was willing to do anything. I think he even suggested a maxi pad. And I was kind of like, whatever. So we get some cornstarch, and it fucking totally works. I think he dubbed us the cornstarch posse from that moment on. And so finally, we just say, fuck it, let's just get on a coal car, let's just be anywhere but fucking here, So we get on this coal car. Coal's pretty fun to ride, actually, it's just unpredictable and a bitch, it's slow. But you're up on top of the coal, you get fucking filthy from the coal, like black, you look like you just walked out of a volcano. And, but you're up on top of it, the breeze was blowing, it was better than sitting on the hot steel, So we're so wiped out after, having terrible ash rash, and being stuck in a hot fucking yard for a couple days, or that 2 mile. And we just passed the fuck out on that cold, just rocks us to sleep like babies, you know. Anyways, somewhere in the middle of the night, I wake up, the train stopped, and I look up, and there are these just fucking colossal smokestacks that I'm staring up at. I mean, they were so big, they were frightening, you know. And I look down the line of the train, and it's turning in to this giant nuclear silo, big ass nuclear titty. And I mean, those things from a distance, yeah, they look big, but up close, we weren't supposed to fucking be there. Anyways, I noticed that the train is dumping all the coal out of the bottom of the train. These doors open up, they dump all the coal, and they're going into these big grinders to fuel this fucking nuclear power plant. And we're sleeping up on top of the coal. So I fucking hit Sean, I'm like, man, we ain't supposed to be here, man. And he wakes up, and he's just as fucking startled as me. And we fucking shimmy off the train. We're fucking running around this place. It's huge, man. And there's just this giant barbed wire fence, razor wire. I mean, it was almost like a prison fence surrounding this place. You know, the presence was stay the fuck out, and we were trapped inside. You know, there was like wild deer running around in there. It was crazy. So we figured that, you know, we're not getting the fuck out of here. So we walk up to the front of the train, and there's some security guards at the front of the train talking to the conductors. There's a bunch of them, and they're pretty heavily, you know, a couple of them had weapons and shit. And we go up and we're like, hey, here we are, fucking, you know, trying to explain our situation. We did not mean to come in here, total accident. And they were pretty fucking stern with us, man. You know, I had my dog with me, and I kept asking the guy, I'm like, hey man, are we gonna go to jail? He's like, put your stuff in the truck. I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, come on man, we did not mean to come in here as a total accident. Put your stuff in the truck. You know, so we're thinking we're gonna go to jail. We end up getting in the truck, talking with the guy, and he ends up being pretty cool. They were gonna get us for federal trespassing, but apparently they had it happen once before, and you know, he drove us out of there. We didn't even know where the fuck we were at. We ended up being like 50 miles from Atlanta. So he drops us off at this fucking crossroads, middle of fucking nowhere, and there's like this little country store, gas station place. So we walk in there, man, and we look like we walked out of a fucking volcano, man. I mean, we were just covered in black and and the woman behind the counter, I remember she looked at us like, what the fuck? We're like, can we use your bathroom? And we go in there and just annihilate the place. There's just coal fucking soot everywhere. And, you know, for like a week after that, we looked like we had like eyeliner on and black fingernail polish because of, you know, we just couldn't get all the shit off us, you know? So we end up hitchhiking right there at that crossroads. We get picked up pretty quick by these two hillbilly dudes. In a truck. We get in the back of the truck and they start driving, man. They're driving like 120, you know, blaring fucking Pantera, and you know, we were fucking terrified. They were going so fast. They end up dropping us off at the highway, the interstate, and we quickly get another ride by this other dude, this crazy fucking guy. I started calling him Captain Caveman. He just had this long, crazy hair and this fucking beard before any of that was kind of cool. And he was actually really a funny guy. And he said he would give us a ride all the way to Atlanta if we came to his place, because he wanted to show us a fucking toilet seat. Like, why the fuck would we want to look at your toilet seat, man? That sounds weird, you know? He's like, no, you don't understand. It's no regular toilet seat, you know? If I can have a couple beers and smoke some weed, it's cool. So we're like, yeah, all right. You know, there's two of us and my dog, and this guy didn't seem that threatening. So we fucking go to his place, And he brings us all into the he brings us in the bathroom. We're huddled in this little fucking bathroom, and he's like, check it out. And it's this toilet seat, it's clear, and it's made of fucking hardcore illegal narcotics. There's like a spoon with some heroin in it, and a syringe, and these lines of cocaine, and like Quaaludes, and Dilaudid, and fucking weed, and whatever, in this whole toilet seat lid and everything. And we're like, that's pretty cool, dude. He said he got it off some crackhead, and he kind of had the same reaction as we did. Like, why the fuck? What do you mean? Why would I want to look at a toilet seat? You know, and this crackhead's like, no ordinary toilet seat. So he bought it. Anyways, he ends up giving us a ride to Atlanta. We end up getting into Atlanta, and we go down like little 5 Point area. You know, I mean, we should be on a fucking train, man. I mean, we've been doing this for years, man, and we're just having like the shittiest time. You know, it happens. And we end up running into a bunch of, you know, weird Atlanta street kids, and we're hanging out with them drinking. Again, it's hot as balls. It's just out of season, man. There's nobody anywhere. It's too hot to be hanging out in that part of the country. We end up running into this girl, this fucking, and yeah, she was a heroin dealer. And she starts hanging out with us. She gets us high. We end up staying with her. We end up having a fucking threesome with her. And then we're out the next morning. And we're sitting in the train yard. Again, the train yard's where you hop out. It's like right by downtown Atlanta. So it's right there. So, you know, the train's coming. I've hopped out of there before. And we both have. We get on the train heading southwest, and we're kind of wiped out at this point, man. So we're just crashed out, and we're riding piggyback. So I end up waking up, and we're like rolling through like beachy swamp area. Look like, you know, there's sand everywhere. I'm like, man, this don't look like fucking Georgia or Alabama, you know, like, where the fuck are we, man? It's starting to look like kind of tropical. And I yelled off the train, where are we? And some lady got all startled. She's like, Savannah. We're like, fuck, we got on the wrong fucking train. So anyways, the train's pulling in. It's in Florida at this point. And I mean, we can't get off. It was cruising. It was a hot shot. And it starts pulling into the Jacksonville yard. Anybody knows anything about hopping trains, man, Jacksonville is where they train all the railroad police. It's like training ground for them. You do not want to be in that fucking yard. So we're trying to get off the train before it rolls into the yard, and we end up getting off the train before it rolls into the yard. I got my fucking dog, I jump off the train, we eat shit, you know? And all of a sudden, 2 fucking SUVs with like fucking 30 dudes come jumping out. What the fuck you doing? You know? I told him our situation. The dude's just fucking belittling us, man. He's like, what are you, a fucking idiot? Fuck are you doing? You want to get hit by a fucking train? Blah, blah. Like, you know, he's showing off for his fucking retarded cadets or whatever the fuck they are. And, you know, yeah, we're like, yeah, whatever, dude. Okay, I'm a fucking idiot. All right, stupid. And then we walk out of there. And it's Florida, man. It's fucking hot as shit. You know, in the middle of summer. I end up, so we're back fucking hitchhiking, heading to New Orleans, man. And we end up, I think it's Tallahassee, man, and it was middle of summer. We're trying to find a place to sleep. We get up underneath this fucking overpass, and there's like these just gigantic banana spiders right under. I'm like, I'm not fucking sleeping here, dude. I end up going out into the middle of the field. There's just bugs everywhere, and they're gigantic. And Sean's like, fuck it, he sleeps right with the spiders, you know. I end up going and sleeping in this field. We wake up the next day and the sky's all weird, man. It's like there's a fucking massive storm rolling in, but it didn't look like a regular storm, man. It looked green, it looked like bright red and orange. So the wind's starting to pick up, and we're over by the highway at the store, and we see these 2 bike cops, you know, motorcycle cops. It was weird. They were like on Harley Davidsons and stuff. And we asked them like, hey, what's going on? Blah, blah. And they're like, there's 2 hurricanes coming. There's one coming from the fucking Gulf and there's one coming from the Atlantic. And we're like, fuck, we got nowhere to go. And he goes, better go find a bridge and hide. Fucking, we're like, all right. So we went to the overpass. We had a sign that said, help us. And a tarp we were holding. And the tarp at this point is just like flapping in the fucking wind, man. And we're just like sitting there huddled underneath it. And these hippies end up pulling over in like this real tiny car, man. But they fucking pile us in the car. We're driving towards New Orleans, man. Those hurricanes hit. We drove through 2 hurricanes, like colliding. Man, at one point, man, we were driving like probably 2 miles an hour, and there was like a foot of fucking water on the highway. It was blowing the car sideways. We ended up getting through that. Ended up in New Orleans. You know, again, it's summertime, and it's the same as Mardi Gras when all your friends and everybody's traveling through there. It was just all these just weird people that are always fucking there, you know, orphan kids, you know, and you know, immediately we just start getting fucked up in the quarter, and me and Sean are stumbling by the tracks, and we just fucking sleep here, and we fall down and fall asleep on the railroad tracks. We end up waking up in the middle of the night, and we fucking passed out in a pile of fucking fire ants, fucking all over us, just biting us. We look like we have pimples all over our face and our chest and stuff. So anyways, we ended up being like, fuck this, let's go back to New York. We caught a ride with some kids out of there. They ended up stealing all our shit, you know? But the funny thing was that we had headlights, body lights, and scabies. So we were delousing when they took off with our shit. So I'm sitting here wearing a Chicago Bulls t-shirt and some green khaki pants. Sean's got like some shorts on and a t-shirt, you know? Anyways, that was like a week and a half or 2-week trip, and yeah, that's my story. I'll come back to some more. Cheers.